This week is one of my personal favourite special events on the iRacing calendar, the Winter Derby. This event replicates the real-life Snowball Derby, which is one of the biggest super late model races of the year in real life. The race will be 300 laps long and utilise the asphalt super late model at Five Flags Speedway. Why should you give this event a go? Well, it's the only real asphalt short track special event. There's the Bristol 500, but that's a NASCAR Cup Series race, which is a bit higher level than traditional short track stuff. And there's the Martinsville MX 500, but that's obviously a bit silly with the MX-5s. This is the only true short track event, and it provides a race experience for these cars that you won't see in normal official racing. Since this is a special event, the sign-up period will be 1 hour before the start time of the session instead of the usual 30 minutes. There will be separate entries in the series list for the fixed and open versions, so make sure you're looking at the right one when you are trying to find your race. You will be able to find both of them by searching Winter Derby in the series list. Make sure you have any filters switched off that might be hiding them. Here are all the time slots on your screen now in UTC. You can convert these into your own time zone, or as always, if you want it done automatically, you can join my Discord where the time slots will automatically convert into your time zone. The invite link is in the description below. The third open setup time slot will be the one broadcasted on the official iRacing channel. This is the one to go for if you want to be on the official broadcast or if you just want the most competitive splits. I'll also be streaming at least 5 Winter Derby attempts here on YouTube and also over on my Twitch. Hopefully I'll see you out on track. As you've seen, there are fixed and open setup races available. The iRacing setup is likely on the safer and tighter side, so probably won't be super competitive in the open setup races. Many setup shops will be offering Winter Derby setups, including Major's Garage. I have a referral link for them in the description below, which helps support the channel if you choose to use it. Weather-wise, it's going to be generally cool in these races as the in-sim date is November 28th. The start time is 1 PM, so this will be a fully daylight race. Unfortunately, Five Flags doesn't have night lighting in iRacing, so we can't run into the darkness like the real event. These are powerful cars on a short track, and since it's the biggest race of the year for these cars and drivers, some people get very impatient. It's typical to see lots of cautions in these races. You get your first drive-through penalty at 25 incidents, and then another every 10 more incident points you get. It's very easy to get close to penalties early on in the race, which you really don't want. I recommend focusing more on staying out of trouble than anything else in the first 200 laps or so. You want to keep your car and your incident points clean to allow you to be there at the end when it matters. Another thing to consider is how you do your pit stops. Changing 4 tyres is slow. If you're at the front of the field when you pit under caution for tyres, this isn't a problem, but if you're midway through the pack or at the back, there is a real chance that the pace car will lap you while you're taking your service. What you can do is come into the pits when the pits open and change your left side tyres only, and then leave the pits when that's done, and come straight back in the next time by to change the right side tyres. You won't lose out by doing this because anyone who takes 4 is going to go a lap down anyway, unless they're right at the front, so it's worth doing. You get 4 sets of tyres total, so the set you start on and then 3 changes in the pits, which you need to make your tyres last here. It's easy to eat them up early, so you want to be taking care of them throughout the race. There's also 3 attempts at green-white checker finishes, so the race will be extended for overtime if the caution comes out and the race would end under yellow. Keep that in mind when you're fueling and things like that, because there may be more laps than 300. The lucky dog will be enabled, so if you're the first car 1 lap down when the caution comes out, then you'll be able to unlap yourself during the caution period. Follow the spotter's instructions on the screen to know when to do that. If the first car 1 lap down has an incident point, even a 0x during the caution at all, then it'll be passed to the next car 1 lap down, and the next one, then the first car 2 laps down, and so on until iRacing runs out of cars to give it to. Sometimes it can be hectic in this race to get everyone lined up for restarts because of how short the track is. I recommend carefully following the spotter's instructions on which cars to stay behind or pass. I'd also recommend not coming out of the pits with just 1 lap to go in the caution, as it can mean having to barge your way through the field to get to the spot you're supposed to be in. Give yourself some time to get sorted because the laps here, even under caution, are really short. That's about everything for this event. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I'll see you out there.